All right, a lot going on here this morning. You're watching 10 Tampa Bay News here at 8 a.m. I'm Jamison Euler as we're taking a live look at over 275 there in the Pasco-Hillsborough County line. What are we looking at here today, Sarah?
So we're looking at a dog that you can see. It looks like troopers have called in animal control to go and get a dog that we believe may have been stranded. No word yet on what happened to the dog or how it got there, but we're keeping our eyes on it. Or just moments ago, within the last 15 minutes, we saw the dog. It was by the fence, and we got concerned that it might be running into the street or possibly to the other side of the road. And we saw a trooper inside the car, and then we saw the trooper get out of the car. And it appears that two animal control workers are nearby. There's the dog behind the car sitting. You can see the flashing lights there. And maybe, we don't know what type of breed it is. Someone here in the newsroom says it possibly could be a pit bull.
Yeah, it looked like that. It was wandering around the area. It looked like the state trooper had stopped to try to get it inside, but you could tell it was a little frightened and didn't want to come to his car right away, so they called in animal control.
And Sarah, this is 275. Is it northbound there in those northbound lanes right around the Pasco-Hillsborough line?
Yeah, so we're seeing it. It appears it may be in the southbound lanes of 275, but it is, we're looking at the camera. It's giving us a northbound view of traffic. So if you're going to be heading through that area, you may want to move over. You can see that it looks like drivers are obeying the law. They've moved over and they're leaving that lane open so that officers can get to work and hopefully get this dog to safety. You know, this is something that we have covered in the past. When you see a dog that is stranded, especially during hurricane season, we saw that where a dog was stranded also off of I-275 for our area.
Really I was going to say really well behaved too for a dog just kind of sitting there behind the bumper. I would imagine they might have a leash on and help with animal control there.
He is the animal control was able to get a leash around his neck. So the
traffic
dog
cams aren't usually HD
I know,
for us, so we're trying our best
freezing,
to keep digitizing too.
But the dog now, I guess in custody you would call it, but they're going to take good care of him, I'm sure. He deserves a lot of treats and some love after a scary situation this morning. He was wandering in the grassy area there up and down. We didn't know what the circumstance was. We're trying to figure out some more information. Did somebody abandon the dog or did the dog just get loose?
From a neighborhood,
and, you know, get out of the worst place, obviously, as a pet owner. You want to see your dog loose on the highway.
Yeah, especially can you see how fast the cars are going there on 275, and you know at this time of morning here how fast they can get going. Luckily for the dog, a rescue this morning and safe and sound. Now just got to figure out who owns the dog, and at this point, if we can't do that, it's going to go to an animal shelter probably and make sure that it goes to a good home where they don't wander off out into 275.
It's a gray dog, looks like a pit bull. This morning you can see the animal control car pulling up now, so I'm sure they're going to get him into that van there and then take him back to the shelter. Maybe we'll see if he's microchipped too, to see if there is an owner in place.
What's really good to see here though too is the dog is really docile. I mean, you're there along a major interstate and the dog's just kind of sitting there, you know, quietly,
very
waiting.
Obedient.
Yes, very much so.
Sweet guy. I know. I felt so bad for him. We were glued to this whole scene here in the newsroom, hoping that the officer was going to be able to get the dog in the car there. You could tell he was sitting in the front seat. He kept opening and closing his door, trying to get the dog lured in. We kept saying, like, does he have some food in the car or something, a treat of sorts? But you could tell the dog was very timid and obviously in a very scary situation for the dog too. Out of sorts, didn't know what was going on. And
we appreciate FDOT giving us the zoom in there.
Right, okay, there we go. You can see sitting there, but you can see girl or boy, but a little frightened.
Yeah, listen, hey, if you know anybody up in that area, they're getting a little bit nervous. Dogs do that.
Because he doesn't know, right?
But if you know anybody in that area that's got a gray, maybe pit bull mix up there with a white chest plate, that maybe let them know that this is happening right now. They're going to have to, get the dog back there in the back of the van.
Sarah, again, this is at the Pinellas-Hillsborough County line.
Pasco,
excuse me.
Yeah, it's in Hillsborough County, but it's not far from the Pasco-Hillsborough County line. Again, we saw that dog in that grassy area off the side of the interstate, and lots of us got concerned, as anybody would be, seeing a dog alone.
Yeah, I just want to get them up there into the back of the van, and obviously it's not an easy thing for any dog. It doesn't matter what breed it is at this point. Dogs don't kind of willingly go where they really don't want to go, which is into a cage in the back of a car. So.
Well, animal control certainly deals with a lot here in Florida, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
This is tame comparatively speaking to some of the things that they run into.
And they're really well versed at doing this. So hopefully the dog, hop on up there.
All right.
Get you in there.
Come on, buddy.
There you go.
He's in.
Okay.
All right.
Safe.
Perfect.
All right. Successful day before 9 a.m. for animal control there. We certainly appreciate them obviously going out there and for the trooper even kind of, stopping and, trying to figure out how to keep that dog from running across the highway because obviously when it gets spooked, it's not sure going to want to run.
And you could tell that's what he was doing. He was sitting in the car and didn't want to spook him. So I think that's why he didn't get out immediately and go run after the dog. He didn't want to spook the dog to run into oncoming traffic. So he did his job very well, calling in animal control this morning. All is well for the dog.
Yeah.
And again, if you know of a gray, it does look like a pit bull or a mix of some sort with a white chest there. If that dog looks familiar, give animal control a call this morning.
Right. Scan him for a microchip and see who he belongs to. If not, there's a dog up for adoption at the animal shelter there. All right.